When I look at the sorry and pathetic, disgusting state of Canada right now, with all the problems going on, with all the scandals and just bad judgment of our politicians giving $10 million to a terrorist who blew up soldiers who are supposed to be our most coveted of human beings, giving billions of our dollars, tax dollars, to other countries like Indonesia, and giving Indonesia to help them fix their infrastructure, giving billions of dollars to third world countries so that they can fight global warming. I mean, we even gave billions of dollars to Russia with Vladimir Putin. Can you believe it? And it's true. Last year, this country, Trudeau's, Justin the Mac Daddy, Montreal Slim Pimp Trudeau, gave millions to Russia, the Russian government. The details aren't that clear, but it is very, very certain. And I've got the list, and I've said the list of all the countries last year that got money, tax dollars, from our country. And now we've got Trudeau saying he's not going to match Red Cross funding to help the BC wildfire, the people burning to death in British Columbia, because they're not important, even though British Columbia slavishly supported Trudeau in 2015. Bunch of pimps, you. Now you're getting the raw end of the stick. You know, in one sense, I kind of don't feel sympathy, but you know what? These are our people who are suffering, and not everybody in BC voted for this piece of garbage. And this is, and he's supposed to be leader of this country, but he gives billions of dollars to Indonesia and to third world countries and to Russia and to and giving billions of dollars to go into a UN-controlled feminist fund. When I look at the sorry state of Canada, I come to the conclusion that this country is a larger version of Jonestown, Guyana, and Justin the Mac Daddy Trudeau is the new Jim Jones. And I'm just wondering, when you sick mofos are going to drink the poisonous Kool-Aid and destroy yourselves. Now, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Jonestown, 1978, 76, there was a large compound in rural Guyana created by Pastor Jim Jones, Reverend Jim Jones of Indiana, crazy dude. He called it the People's Temple, and all of his church followers lived there under some socialist regime. There was no capitalism allowed, nothing. It was supposed to be some kind of paradise. It's in the middle of nowhere in South America. And the dude was paranoid, and he was very controlling, very socialist, and everybody worshipped this guy. They would do anything he said. No matter what he did, he could tell them to kill themselves. They still worshipped him like a god. He could do no wrong. And up until the point when he got so paranoid that he told all of his followers to drink a poisonous Kool-Aid, and they all died. One of the world's largest mass suicides in history. They still followed him. They followed this asshole to the grave. And I see the same thing with Canadians. You pimps, you! You pimps! You sorry pimps! That's what you are. You're a pimp if you support Trudeau. You're being macked. You're being macked. You're not even a pimp. You're a slave. Trudeau's the pimp. Trudeau's the Mac Daddy. And you're just being pulled around and you worshiping him, messing up this country, messing this country up big, big time, ruining everything that made it great, losing our civil rights, people getting charged for criticizing Islam like Kevin J. Johnson was, giving billions of our dollars to other countries, like Indonesia and all this stuff, but then you cancel cleaning up The water supply on Lake Simcoe, you cancel the fund that was cleaning it up because there's no money. You cut benefits to our veterans and to our wounded warriors because there's no money. You don't want to match Red Cross donations and give a lot to BC, which is burning because there's not a lot of money, but you're prepared to give $10 million to a damn terrorist who killed veterans. And you dumbass you pimped out Canadians out there from Toronto and Montreal and Vancouver and the Atlantic provinces who slavishly support this guy, and you still supporting him after all this? You are the same kind of people who would drink the poisonous Kool-Aid on Jonestown. I used to think that people like, those people who followed Jim Jones into Jonestown and the Nazis who followed Hitler and all this other stuff, I'm always used to wonder, how could this happen? It's easy. Let me tell you something. Canada is one of the easiest countries to control because especially if you're a liberal. If you're a liberal, oh please, it's like a dictatorship. You could kill somebody and they're, oh yes, Trudeau, just because he's gonna legalize pot and he looks good. Bunch of shallow, pimped out dumbasses You're shallow, you're not educated, not everyone, because there's a lot of people in this country waking up, a lot of people. And I have more respect for NDP socialists than I do for liberal voters at this point. Even the NDP socialists, as crazy as those guys are, and I don't have anything to do with the NDP, but as crazy as they are, I respect them more. Because they're smarter than you liberal people who are allowing this Mac Daddy. You see the polls, I mean, yeah, they're shrinking, but you know what? It's still too high. Because this country has a history of being pimped out by liberals. They could shoot your ass and burn your house down and kill your kids. You'd probably still support them. What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with you, morons? Wake the hell up. Start having some pride in your country. This dude thinks that we don't have a heritage or a culture. We do, goddammit. Start having some pride in your country. I'm sick of this crap. I'm sick of this blind worship. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I will not drink the poisonous Kool-Aid and destroy myself and this country because of some new neo Jim Jones loser. In fact, I think Jim Jones is probably smarter than Trudeau. I mean, he's not even smart. He's not even running the show. It's people like Gerald Butts and George Soros who's running Trudeau. He's probably pimped out too, but you know what? Because he's the PM, he's a Mac Daddy, long-haired, long-legged Mac Daddy. I see him fall over in a boat the other day in a kayak. Should have drowned. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. In fact, I probably shouldn't say that because now YouTube's going to try and demonetize my video. Whatever, Don't worry. I don't do this for money. I do this to raise information and awareness to my fellow mankind. So YouTube, if you're watching, you can take away all the stuff I have all you want. I'm going to keep doing videos. You erase my channel, I'll just make a new one, okay? What's wrong with you people? Start having some pride in your country. A lot of y'all are waking up in Canada and are waking up to the con of Trudeau. But it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. More people need to wake up. By 2019, if this guy is not gone, Canada is going to hell like Jonestown, Guyana.